In the last video, we've talked about the principle of comparative advantage, and we knew that total output will increase if every country specializes in producing goods in which they have comparative advantages. However, we've also mentioned that international trade is essential for specialization. Without international trade, people in the country can only enjoy a single type of goods instead of a wide variety of goods and services to fulfill their different wants. To facilitate international trade, both parties involved must come up with terms of trade that allows both of them to gain from the transaction. Terms of trade is the relative price of imports in terms of exports, such as 1 handbag for 3 watches or 2 phones for 3 cameras. How should the terms of trade be formulated to ensure a mutually beneficial transaction then? Let's use the example from the previous video again to see how to find out the range of mutually beneficial terms of trade. Assume that country A can use 1 unit of resources to produce 10 cakes or 20 pieces of clothes. Country A has to forego the opportunity of producing 20 pieces of clothes if such resources are to be used to produce 10 cakes. Therefore, country A's opportunity cost of producing a cake is 2 pieces of clothes. Similarly, country B's opportunity cost of producing a cake is 1 piece of clothes. Because of this lower opportunity cost of producing cake, country B has comparative advantage in this. According to the principle of comparative advantage, country B should specialize in producing and exporting cakes. At the same time, country A's opportunity cost of making a piece of clothes is 0.5 pieces of cake, while country B's opportunity cost of doing so is a whole cake. So country A has comparative advantage in producing cakes and should choose to specialize in producing and exporting clothes. For country A, the opportunity cost of producing a piece of clothes is 0.5 pieces of cake. Therefore, country B should offer at least 0.5 pieces of cake in order to import, i.e. to buy, a piece of clothes from country A. Otherwise, country A would suffer loss and choose not to trade with country B. Terms of trade for a unit of clothes. Exporting/selling country, cost of producing 1 piece of clothes, 0.5 cakes. Therefore, the price of exporting a piece of clothes must be higher than 0.5 pieces of cake to ensure profits. 0.5 cakes is less than price of 1 piece of clothes. Importing/buying country, cost of producing 1 piece of clothes, 1 cake. Therefore, the price of importing a piece of clothes must be lower than 1 cake to save costs. Otherwise, producing clothes by themselves is better. Price of 1 piece of clothes is less than 1 cake. As a result, price of exporting 1 piece of clothes from the exporting country, country A, is greater than 0.5 cakes. Price of importing 1 piece of clothes to the importing country is less than 1 cake. 0.5 cakes is less than the price of 1 piece of clothes is less than 1 cake. On the other hand, country B's opportunity cost of producing a piece of clothes is merely 1 cake. If country A requests a price higher than 1 cake for 1 piece of clothes, country B would choose to produce clothes on its own rather than to import clothes from country A. So in this case, the price of a piece of clothes can't be lower than 0.5 cakes and, at the same time, can't be higher than 1 cake. The mutually beneficial terms of trade lies between 0.5 cakes to 1 cake for each piece of clothes. From this example, we can see that international trade is mutually beneficial only when the terms of trade lies between the respective costs of production of the 2 countries.